to see.
I know this is normally Andy's job, so I'm standing on his toes a little bit, but I want to ask you about team news. Kevin De Bruyne, Aymeric Laporte, John Stones, any progression in terms of their situations?
We have training this afternoon. Well, good afternoon. We have training this afternoon. I think Kevin is back to the training. I don't think so. And John, maybe will do partial. So this is the info I had this morning for the doctors, but I will know it in the next hours.
But from that, sort of, it sounds as though you're not planning to have them with you playing in the first team at Bournemouth tomorrow. It sounds like you're not planning to have them in your first team squad tomorrow.
We will see later. Maybe Kevin maybe, but the other two, I don't think so.
When Bournemouth came here, you talked about them being well structured. What are your thoughts on them? They now have a new manager. They seem to have some belief.
It's different long time ago, and it's different manager. I saw this short time some games. The last one against Wolves, and another image. My people helped me a lot to discover what they do, and I'm quite impressed. So they do nice, really good things.
Can I just ask you about the away form? Last season it was perfect at home and away. This season it's perfect at home and less perfect away. But is that because people are doing better jobs against Manchester City, or is it Manchester City doing worse jobs against other teams?
Always I'd be positive to say that the other one do a good job. So always use the point of view when you take a look is two sides, the negativity of the things or the positivity for the opponents or yourself. So, but we have done in general real well home away many years, and I don't think this season is not an exception.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Pep. Bournemouth's win last week was their first since November. So, do you expect to face a re-energised, revitalised side this weekend?
I saw many good things I like about Bournemouth. The game against got a good results, draw against Newcastle, how tough it is, and the defeat in Brighton, but at the last minute. So, and they are so intense, and if they have done it away, imagine at home, so intense in high pressing, really, really good. And after defend compact, they want to try to play in different shapes. They link really well with Solanke, big legs in the wingers, and building with a huge quality. So I had the feeling that this season until the end, for all the clubs, not just for us, for all the clubs, every game will be so tough. I don't know why, but that is the feeling I have this season, in particular.
Just while you're in this run of away games, 5 away games.
Sorry?
This run of 5 away games in a row that you're having. Yeah, is that putting any extra strain on the team at all?
Well, so West Ham, and after just 3 days, go to Arsenal. After 3 days, Nottingham, I was really impressed. After the demanding game in London against Arsenal, the way we play against Nottingham, how good it was. And after 3 days, go to Leipzig, to Germany, to play again demanding game, and now and again, of course, it's a question to consider, because our fatigue is there, that definitely. But we have to take energy for, I don't know why, but we have to do it.
Pep, on Haaland, do you think that when he doesn't score, people get too fixated on the number of touches he has in a match?
Yeah, it's our fault.
Collective.
Yeah. Not Erling. Erling have been impressive all season.
But is it a good metric?
No, it's not metric. I don't need metrics to know how many. So when I finish the game, 1 second later I know if he was involved or not, and who should be more involved or not for the opponent's defense. I don't need numbers and metrics. I know exactly.
So is it an issue? Like you need to involve him more often in some matches? Or
Yeah, of course. Of course. It depends on us, not on him. He moved well. It just to take a look at him a little bit more.
Hi, Pep. Nice to see. Every time City don't win, you ask a lot of questions about tactics.
Yeah.
You obviously asked about the lack of substitutions in midweek, but is the bench on against Leipzig was very young. Is the age of the squad and the depth a concern as we go into the busy part of the season?
I don't know whether about make substitution or not is about tactics. I thought it was a 4-3-3, 4-2-2 or 4-2-3-1 or telephone number of my wife. So I don't know. No, I'm not concerned. Of course, there are players. Kevin was not there, Aime was not there, John was not there. Sometimes it happened. No. So I thought every game. I thought after 10-15 minutes what can improve just in case, and after the goal or the second half, I'm going to make a change. Phil is going to be inside, maybe Julian in a position there close to Erling, to be more aggressive in the high pressing. But after we concede a goal, the game will come back to us. So they have 20-25 minutes until they concede a goal. But after the game was with us, and especially like the first half. And that's why when the situation is going more or less well, I don't like to move many things normally. So I change normally when it's going. I don't like what I see, or we go 3-0, 4-0, and after I try to move. When is the situation there, and the team is stable, I don't like to move much.
We all know it's going to be a really tight title race. How many teams do you think are in the title race? And
you know them. Just the table. Take a look at the table, and you will know the answer.
How do you see the rest of the season play out? Because it seems like you said the division is a lot more competitive this season. You said you expected it to be more difficult this season. It seems like it is.
Well, I would expect when I arrive here and I sit down the first conference and everyone warning me, they said, oh, this is not the same what happened in Spain or in Germany. So welcome to the UK. So unfortunately, the last 5 years didn't happen. It just it's horse. People say 2 horse race, no? So now finally there are more.
Hi Pep. Erling's looked like he's been getting a bit frustrated in the last couple of games if he's not been getting that pass. Is that a good thing that he's getting frustrated, or is it a bit of a concern?
In the last game against Nottingham, you are right, and Nottingham no, and Arsenal no. So don't make the one game like I make a theory, because he had the chances in Nottingham in the first and the second half. But of course, we have to, and we will improve. So we talk about that many times, and it's going to happen. Striker is the more difficult position in the world, because they have 2 players just focus on him, and now we rarely have an extra more. So it's not easy to do that. So I would like to see in my period here strikers that we had, like Sergio or Gabriel, when they play proper striker, no false 9 or more than different ways, how many balls they touch. So I don't know, I don't have a statistics, but always it was it's not how the ball striker, how the ball striker, how the ball striker. You know, like happened against Arsenal, because Arsenal man-to-man, you should play more long balls. So our process is more, and then the final action is there. But even with that, we have to all the time where is him? Where is him? Where is him? And normally, lately, in the last game, I agree with you, we didn't, because I said to them, I have to more control, more passes than usual. I don't want to let them run, you know? I have to be so intense in the first half. In the second half, we drop a little bit. We were not correct in the first step in the high pressing. That's why we struggle a little bit. And that provoked to defend more deeper. And the quality they have, Leipzig they have, always you suffer. And but yeah, you're right. In that game, we should look at him a little bit more. But in the previous ones, I don't have that feeling.
So when Erling's getting a bit frustrated, is that fine?
Of course we'll be fine. I'm frustrated too, you are frustrated too in your life sometimes, isn't it? So it's happened. So the happiness is overestimated. So the people before let me finish my philosophy, please. Next.